I punched out 1.5-inch squares of scraps that don't match, don't belong together, and somehow this turned into one of my favorite masterboards. Hi, I'm Christine, the artist behind Arlissa Designs, and I'm happy you're here. Welcome.
Hi everyone. So today I am going to take a bunch of scraps and start laying them out on this masterboard. I'm going to start in the middle. I actually should probably do a little bit of a grid, but you know what? I'm not going to. I'm just going to wing it today. And let's see. Well, I will start from the edge. So I'm going to take a bunch of scraps that I have left over, and you'll probably notice some of what I use. I'm going to try not to seal it, because I want to do some, well, I don't know, maybe that would be okay. Let's see. So some of these you'll notice from my previous masterboards, and I'm just going to go in and some of them are, I actually have some magazine squares too. Now, the reason why I started doing this is because I've been watching a few junk journaling channels, and they've been talking about inchies. Inchies are an inch by an inch square, and they look really fun to work with because you can take your scraps from your magazine harvests, and then whatever's left over, you can punch them out. I'm looking for my punch. Okay, so I have this one, and this is, I decided to do 1.5 inches just because, one, I think my other, so I have the smaller version of this. This is Creative Memories, and I have the other one. I think it's in my camper. I can't find it anywhere. I'm pretty sure I left some stuff behind so that it would be there when I go next time. And also because these are easier to see, quicker to fill up. So in this case, it doesn't matter. They don't really have to be inches, but that's where I got the idea from. And I'm really took some of the things that I don't really think I'm going to use. Oh no, I forgot about this printed. All right, well, it doesn't matter. Let me go get my magazine ones. I don't think I brought them in here, and I really want to incorporate them in before I get too far. Okay, I had a jacket that Brooke Shields was in, and I just used part of that page, so I thought it was cool because it's black and white and striped, and then I have some more squares from another magazine. Now, I stopped doing the magazines because, see, there's some little candles in there, so there's lots of fun little things that you can find. And you can do this, well, first let me tell you, I stopped doing these because my punch is not working well, and it was really hard to punch out, so I switched it up. This is from Skylar's book that we just did a page in one of my glue books, and then I got an advertisement in the mail, and it had some really cool stuff on it, so I punched those out. I thought that was kind of cool. Here's something else from Skylar's book. There's the Batman building and a sign from Nashville, some fish, another piece of the jacket. So I do have some magazine stuff. There's some chips, chicken wings, and a bowl of dip. But I'll say that you can also do this as more of a theme board. You know, I'm using up my scraps because I've got so many scraps, I'm overwhelmed. And none of this is going to match. But I'm going to do something over it later. And I really don't know. I don't know how this is going to come out, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So this is literally an experiment this week to see what I can come up with. And I'm just going to lay these out, just like this. I've never done a square. Okay, I only have 3 of these, so I'm going to save those and put them out here. Let's do some fish, so let's save 2 for somewhere else. I'm doing this on my charts that I love so much. Oh no, this is slightly, see, this thing is not punching out perfectly, but that's okay. We'll keep going and see what happens here. Let's get some of that black jacket in here towards the middle. I hope everyone had a very happy Easter. Oh, look, there's a little bit left over. There's a little notch there that came out, but that's cool. All right, let's get some green in here. And I'm just watching because the magazine is so thin. And when it gets wet, it does wrinkle up a little bit. So I'm going to try and keep those as straight as possible. We went and had dinner with my family at my ex's house. One big happy dysfunctional family. And we had a good time. It was fun. Just chill. The kids got tons of eggs. So, you know, they're going to be all jacked up on sugar for days. Skylar's very happy because she and her mommy, my first daughter, live in the house with us. And she tells everybody Lala doesn't like to have candy. Which is not really true. I love to have candy. It's just terrible for you. So I try and keep it to a minimum. But I don't give them a hard time during holidays. These, some of these pieces are from old Masterboards. Like I said, you might recognize a few of them if you've been here for a while. So they take a little bit more to get them to glue down, but that's okay. If there's anything sticking up in the end, I'll go back and try and get it down. But that's why I'm spending more time on some of these than others. Let's put those glasses out here. There's a little wrinkle. So I just get a little bit of glue on the end of my finger when I see wrinkles, because if your finger's not, if it's too dry, it'll just, the paper will stick to it and come up. This was from a postcard from an advertisement I got in the mail. I love those. Yeah, I would like to be more intentional about this and maybe plan it out and do all blues, or maybe all magazine. I think this might smear if I get too much on it. Oh, I forgot my, so I already finished this Thursday's Masterboard. No, sorry. I already finished part 2 of this Thursday's process video. So I'm going to finish, slide that over. I got it crooked. It's not going anywhere now. All right. We'll have to compensate for it later here. I don't think it's going to matter if I have little hair of a difference. I already finished part 2 because by the time I was done filming my video for Thursday, which I know it was late, because it was so long that I decided to split it in half. And I know I said I was going to do the Glowforge project this week, but I'm going to move that to next week because I already had some started and I really needed to just get them done and get them, which I'm still working on, but they were so far ahead I didn't want to start from the middle. So I want to start from scratch and create these tags, these quote tags that I believe I mentioned, that are my favorite quick little project with my Glowforge to put in my booth at the Painted Tree. And they are my biggest sellers. And they're just funny quotes etched on wood. And then I put rope hangers with wood beads on them. And they're really fun, and people love them. So I will show you how I do that because it's super easy to do. And you know, honestly, if you don't have a Glowforge or some kind of machine that you can etch and cut wood, you could just do it on paper. and create tags. But they're fun and they're funny and they're great little gifts to give someone, you know. So I will finish those, and then I will do another video starting from scratch and show you exactly, because now, so I've done this twice. So in the Glowforge, you can create your file and save it. So now once it's created, all I have to do is put the wood in the machine and hit go. But I've already done that twice. So I have 2 quote files that I can cut whenever I'm running low. But I have a list of funny quotes that, you know, people will tell me, oh, you should do this one. And then I've just, you know, whenever I come across something that's kind of funny, I'll write it down. So I'm going to even start from the program in Glowforge and show you how I create those. And I'll take you step by step all the way through the process. So that'll be fun, but I will do that next week, not this coming week, because I didn't want to put, what's 80 and 80? It was like 83 minutes was the halfway point. Oh no, I just see what I mean. If your hands are dry and you touch wet, but nobody's going to notice that. We'll put something over it later. I messed it up. All right, it's already coming out kind of cool. I wish I had some scenes like with beautiful skies behind them. That would be a cool theme to do. All like sky scenes, landscapes. And just do an entire page of landscapes. Let's get this 10 in here somewhere random. I think I'll put it right here. So let me find another. Let's get some red going in here. I mean, these are really random squares. This is from the March ATC board. This is from the mail. Some of these are from magazines. Come on, get in there. Some of these are roll-offs. This is from the book that I use for roll-offs. These numbers are, Bob has to create labels for work, and sometimes they don't print out properly. So I will take them before they hit the garbage and copy them and then put them in my little file folder for, you know, to print when I need something cool like numbers for my collages. I love numbers in the collages. So they don't really get wasted if they don't print properly. And I'm not worried about which way things are going. I know I'm doing most of them straight and right side up, but it is actually better to kind of turn things on the side. Oh no, did I glue this down? This was a cool one. Oh no! We'll see. Maybe I'll still use it. All right, let's see. Let's do another red over here. Next to this blue one. I'm thinking, so I really need to make some handmade cards. These might be good for that. We'll see. And then, what else do I need to do? Yeah, I need to do some handmade cards for my booth. I have some in there, but they're not really my best. So, I don't really have a lot of people that go to my booth to get handmade cards yet. But in the past, I've always been really successful selling my cards faster than I can make them. And the reason these aren't doing so well is because they were just really experiment cards. And they were the ones that didn't sell before. Let's do this way this time. But I thought, you know what? Different people like different things. So I sell them once in a blue moon. But I really need to get some new ones done. So that'll be a video coming up. And I might use this to do some play around with this. I was worried that this was not going to look good at all. But it's kind of fun. Maybe that's why the inchies are so, and again, these aren't an inch, but maybe that's why they're so popular, because no matter what you use, it comes out cool. Now I'm not going to go over this one because it's printed and I don't want it. I'll go over it after it dries on the bottom. I feel like if you have it wet on the bottom and it's drying, it'll soak through the paper and kind of make that ink, you know, I don't know what the word is, but if you let it dry from underneath, maybe it helps it from running and smearing all over the place when you seal it on top. I don't know. It's just a theory. Come on, lady. She's not cooperating. There we go. Oh no, I think she's crooked. I think it's this one that's crooked. That was a bad spot to put this in. Okay, now it's flat. All right, she's good. She's all good. All right, let me do some more green out here. And then I mentioned the other day that sometimes I masterboard my masterboards. This is one of the ways that I haven't ever done it with the squares before, but I have cut them up and put them back together, several different masterboards. So I might try and do that again soon. Masterboard your masterboard. I just like saying masterboard your masterboard. I feel like it would be a cool project. That's what I love about Mondays. Mondays is just very informal, not really planned out. I've just had a spark of an idea and let's try it out. That's what I like about Masterboard Monday. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay. There's a strange phenomenon. Strange things happen. So earlier I was ready to start my masterboard and I knew it. The second I get ready to press start on the camera, my stomach starts growling and I'm constantly having to edit out my stomach growling. So I thought today, all right, well, let me stop what I'm doing and I'll just go have something to eat. Well, then one thing led to another. And before you know it, I'm doing 15 other things. Then once you know, by the time I realized, okay, I need to get in there and get this done, it's 4 o'clock and I'm recording now and I feel like my stomach's going to start growling soon. I can feel it. So crazy. I never noticed before how much my stomach growls. And I like to fast, so it's hard to fast when you're filming videos 3 days a week. We'll figure it out. This whole new schedule in my life. I love it. I mean, there's some days where I feel a bit overwhelmed. Some days I'm struggling to get videos out on time, but I feel like I'm getting better at it. I feel like I'm working out the kinks. Oh, so last week when I decided to, I just never thought of doing that before. I've heard of batch editing, but I don't really want to make a part 1 and a part 2 to every video that I make because sometimes to me, especially if you're watching when they come out, it's a little bit disappointing because I'm like, no, wait, I don't want to wait. I mean, we're so spoiled. I want to see the whole thing right now because really there's so much going on that by the time it comes out, I've forgotten all about it. So I'm a binge watcher. If I'm going to watch a show, I'm going to sit there and watch the show. And I don't watch it from start to finish all the time, but I like to watch at least, a couple, 2-3 shows in a row. Because usually when I sit down at night, I'm doing something like this. I'm punching squares or I'm cutting things out. And that's usually a couple of hours in the evening. So I want to turn a show on and just keep watching. I'm going to turn this one sideways. I'm trying to remember to turn some different directions because I have no idea how this is going to get cut up. So This is from a Mickey Mouse book. Where are my other... Okay, so I need another... Well, that one's... I want to put a different color down here. I hope I'm going to have enough. Oh, no, that's too close to that one. So I know I said you don't really have to worry about where things are, but I'm worrying about where things are. I want to... Oh, here's something. This is just a page that I doodled on. I was trying out some new markers. And I never wanted to throw it away because I like the blues and greens in that. And so this is the perfect way to get it in there and not throw it away and still be reminded of that little project that is not good enough to stay in my book, but I like the colors. So one thing that I have learned doing journaling and junk journaling is that you should just use it. I've hung on to so many scraps because I'm like, oh, I remember that project and I like the piece, but then what? It sits in my scrap box and I'm constantly going past it and I don't want to use it because, you know, because I like it. And now I'm finding all kinds of ways to use these pieces that I just don't want to, pieces that I want to hoard. And I've realized it's really cool to actually have them in a journal spread. So use those pieces. No, okay. I may have to go back. I might not have gotten quite enough, but my hand was killing me, so I figured let me see if I have enough, and if I have to go back and do more, I will. Let me use up some of these. Okay, so far I'm not loving the Masterboard ones because these are the ones that are the hardest to get to stay down, and I feel like they slow me down. So previously when I put Masterboards back together again, I will lay them out and use masking tape and lay them on the masking tape, or I will just tape them together, just put them side by side and either glue tissue paper over them, or I don't know, it's been so long since I've done it. I guess it's time to do it again. Let's get this bowl of chips in here somewhere. Just change it up down here and get some pieces of magazine in here. All right, time for another piece of green. This is fun. I like it. Oh, I need some more down here, so let me put another one here. This is going to come out really cool. And be a little bit shorter again. And I don't know if it's because I've started doing these videos and it puts a little bit of pressure on me to get these things done, or is something not making me feel well. This one's been this flare up. If you have not been here, it's autoimmune, and I feel like I don't usually complain for this long about, it's been a few weeks and I'm just still struggling so hard to feel better. And if you know me, I do lots of teas and herbs and healthy food and fasting and sitting in the sun every day to get my vitamin D. And oh, it looks like we're going to have enough. I don't know how much over the edge I'm going to go, so I might stop this here soon. But like I said, this will be a little bit shorter. And I think that's how I'm going to deal with videos when I am really struggling to keep up, because then it's not so bad. It's not as much editing. A long video is really difficult to put together and get done and uploaded for me when I'm not feeling well. So, and some of you might prefer shorter videos anyway, so then there's something for everyone, right? This really, I just looked through the camera to look at it and it just looks so cool. I thought it would be one big hot mess, but I really love this. Imagine if I would have taken the time to just create a more of a, oh, the Batman building. This has got to go in there somewhere, and I'm squared off. All right, I'll do one more row over here. I wish I would have gone over just a little bit more, but I'll do one more row. Shoot, I can't with this because it's a magazine. Oh, we have some more space down here. Okay, problem solved. I wanted to get that Batman. So Bob and I went to Nashville a few years ago. It was the first time I'd ever been. And we saw that building, and I was like, what is that? And his sister told me that's the Batman building because it looks like Batman. Oh, it's getting wrinkled. We don't want that. We had so much fun in Nashville. The only thing is, we were out one night, and then all of a sudden, all the country music stopped, and they were playing rap and hip hop, and I didn't expect that. I thought it was all country. I had a couple friends say that it has been, that this is kind of sort of a new thing. I like some of that, but I kind of feel like when I go to Nashville, I want to listen to country music, right? I like a little bit of everything. Okay, so I think I'm going to let this dry, and I'll just cut it down. I'm going to go peel all the glue off my hands now. I'm going to cut it down, but I'll let it dry first, and I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like trimmed, and then I'll start planning on what to do with it for another video. But I love this. This was fun, quick, easy. Most of this is scraps. And like I said, you could do so many different things. I think I'm going to plan to do more of a theme next time. I'd love to do all landscapes, or you could do all pets or animals, or the possibilities are endless. I love it. Here, let me zoom in a little closer and you can see better some of the things that I put in there. I mean, I really felt like, oh, you're just punching out a bunch of garbage. But when it's all together, I think it's going to be really cool. How fun is that? All right, I'm going to let it dry, and I'll trim it and come back and show you what it looks like all trimmed up. I mean, I know you can see, but it's so fun to look at it all, nice and neat and trim. So I'll be back. Okay, here it is, all trimmed up. I just trimmed it with the scissors and tried to keep it as straight as possible. We'll see. I think I'm going to end up cutting it up anyway. So I'm really surprised by how fun and quick and easy this is, and the possibilities are endless. I can't wait to try a few different styles. So I will let this dry up a little bit. It's still a little bit moist. You can feel it more on the back side. And you see, there's my charts that I love. And then I'm going to place it under something flat so that it can straighten out a little bit more. And it'll straighten a little bit more when it's dry, but you could do that. That's what I'm going to do. And I will get back to you and show you what I think these would make cool postcards too, now that I'm looking at it. So I hope you try it for yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And I hope you have a crafty rest of the week. I'll see you tomorrow for Tuesday tips, and Thursday part 2 of when did I post that? And Thursday part 2 of the scrapbook masterboard that we worked on last Monday. So it's getting harder and harder for me to keep up with everything. But they'll go in the playlist, so it'll be easy for you. So have a crafty week, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.